always been like, I don't know if I really believe in aliens. I didn't think I would ever see one. And it was bizarre how we like saw it at the same like moment. I don't even think you were like, babe, look at the sky. Like we kind of saw it at the same time. Yes. And then we both looked at each other and we're like, do you see that? Like,
yes. I mean, I kind of told you like, look up, like look at this. Like, when I wanted to see if I was crazy, you know, because sometimes you could be like seeing something and I don't know, maybe I'm just freaking out myself.
Wait, I have a question. So how long did you guys see it for?
It was around 10 seconds.
Yeah.
No longer than that.
And then for the rest of the night, like I almost tripped a couple times because I was like looking at the sky the whole time we were walking home and I never saw it again.
Wow. Knock, knock. Who's there? Nobody you know. That's right. Welcome to the Nobody You Know podcast. They might not be famous, but they certainly have a lot to say. Join Ash, SB, Emmy, and Gus as they discuss everything from celebrity gossip, trends, pop culture, hit movies and TV shows, social media, and even some juicy personal life experiences and opinions. Now, let's get into today's episode.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Nobody You Know, starring Ash, SB, Gus, and me, Emmy. I hope you're having a wonderful day, night, afternoon, wherever you're tuning in from. Grab your cup of tea, water, anything you want. Let's get started. So,
let's get to it, guys. And this is a special edition of Couchtime with the Nobodies, where we answer just random questions and like get to know us a little bit more. So let's get to it.
All right.
Not necessarily only questions. Like this could be anything.
True.
Yes, but we do get those burning questions from everyone.
Alrighty.
All right, let's
Miss Emmy, are you going to start us off?
All right, yeah. So, question number 1. What would you rather throw away, love or money?
We starting off strong today.
Holy poop.
What would you throw away, love or money?
Wait, but how much money?
That's the real question,
thing.
Right?
Oh.
Nobody knows.
Right?
Who's going first?
Okay, I'm going to answer this one because I already know my answer. I'm a hopeless romantic. I rather be poor and have love. I'm just like this. I am who I am. I rather have love. I feel like love moves mountains, and love, there's nothing like it. So there's no value to it. So money comes and goes, but love is forever.
I agree. Money comes and goes, but I just like seeing money. Mula! I love it. So, yeah.
Hey.
What about you, Gus?
Money. That's it.
End of story. I mean, I'm with SB. Like, I'm not trying to give you the beauty pageant like answer to the question. Like, love me for loving love. But I mean, I just feel like even if you have money, if you have no one to love, even if it's just like platonic love, like friendship love, whatever.
Right.
Like, what's the point of having all this money if you don't have like someone that you love to share it with? But definitely money helps love too.
Yeah,
so.
but at the same time, like, what is the point of having the love of your life if you cannot eat?
True.
I mean, I think that's why this question is hard because it's like how much money, how much money love, how much, it's a little broad spectrum there.
Exactly. Comment below, what would you choose?
Money or love?
I mean, hunger would change things. Like, I think if you were starving, you might be like, bye. Like,
I mean, dirt poor or something else. Yeah, I mean, that's puts things in a different perspective.
I think that's kind of what I mean. Like, I don't want love if I'm not gonna be able to eat.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Right. So it's like.
But sometimes, like, love can get you money too. Like, I mean,
but
like if you have love for people, like they might donate money to you and give you some alms for the poor.
There you go.
But I could say the same thing. If I have the money, I could find the places to be and find love. So it's exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I see
so
what you mean.
I feel like this question is either or. So it's like both of them are wrong, both of them are right.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's fair.
That's
fair enough.
That was the correct answer.
That is the correct answer. You track the code.
Bing, bing, bing.
There you go.
Bing.
What is our next question? Let's get into it.
All right, our next question. I'm looking over here.
I don't have any questions.
No. It was just something about I'm sorry to interrupt you, but something about like we were talking about this like paranormal activity, anything like
snap.
like like sus that we've encountered in our lives.
Okay.
So, you guys want to take it off?
Let's start. So,
This is good, guys. This
Sorry.
is good.
It's creepy.
so,
It's good.
how can I say this?
We were walking the dog.
No, yes. I think
Details.
yes. So, like around 2 weeks ago, it was a normal night, a cold night, clear skies. We were walking our dog. It was around 6:30, 7:30, around that time. It was already dark because we are in the period of change. So it's not light out. We were walking our dog normally. I always wanted to see a UFO. Always. Like
He talks about it all the time.
all the time. And like every single night I look at the sky. Always. Every single night.
Yeah.
Like hoping I see something.
Yeah.
Like,
And I'm like, oh, the stars are beautiful. And he's like hoping to see weird shit.
I'm hoping to see something to move or like whatever.
Yeah.
So we were walking our dog. This night, I wasn't looking up.
Go
And-
figure.
And we were about to get into the house. Like we were 1 block away. I look up and I see this very weird shape. It was kind of like I don't even know how to describe it because it's something I have never seen.
It
Right.
was weird because it was like I said, there was not a single effing cloud in the sky. Like
There was
literally, it was
nothing.
like one of
Clear
those like
skies.
such a cold night that there's nothing but like little holes in the sky that are like the stars, right?
Right. Yes.
And so when we looked up, I agree with him. It was weird because it was like seeing a cloud, but there were no clouds. And then it's like when you look at like a iridescent like moonstone or something, like where it's like it moves and like you see purple or green or something. It was like this like smoky thing, and then like it kind of like shimmered. It was like almost like it shimmered, and then all of a sudden I saw it too, and I don't even really like believe in this kind of thing.
Yeah.
I saw like what looks like the side of a spaceship. Like it was.
So it was like flying. It was up.
Yeah.
It wasn't stationed.
And it was
No,
weird
no,
because
no.
it looked like it was coming through this sky, but like I didn't see the whole thing. I just saw like a piece of it.
You know what's trippy though? Because if you guys were by yourselves, this story would be different. It would be like I was by myself.
Crazy.
It would be like
You're just seeing stuff.
I'm
yeah.
just seeing
like,
things. But the fact that they both saw it, it's like a witness. Like they have a witness. Like when they told me this soon after it happened, I was kind of like in disbelief. Like, wait a minute, what did you just see? I mean, it's crazy to really think about it because these are things that people for centuries have said they've seen and they've experienced and whatever. But like, I can't believe you guys actually saw. Like,
I know, and
cannot
like I said,
believe
I
it.
don't believe in these kind of things really. Like
Right.
I'm more inclined to like, I don't know, like believe in an angel or something than to like
Exactly.
Right.
think
Exactly.
of paranormal.
Exactly.
And like I've never seen a ghost or anything, and I've just always been like part of that thought process that's like if you like open your mind up to it, like you'll start seeing it. Like that's what my mom always told me when I was a kid because I was so afraid that I would see a ghost, and she's like, well, if you just like don't invite that thought into your
Right,
mind,
exactly.
like it probably won't happen. And so
Exactly.
like I've never seen a ghost, and I'm happy about that, knock on wood.
Knock on wood.
But like I think because I've always been like, I don't know if I really believe in aliens, I didn't think I would ever see one. And it was bizarre how we like saw it at the same like moment. I don't even think you were like, babe, look at the sky. Like we kind of saw it at the same time.
Yes.
And then
So-
we both looked at each other and we're like, do you see that? Like
Yes,
what?
I mean, I
Question.
kind of told you like look up, like look at this. Like, I wanted to see if I was crazy, because sometimes you could be like seeing something, and I don't know, maybe I'm just freaking out
Well, you guys
myself.
Wait, I have a question. So how long did you guys see it for?
It was around 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
wow.
no longer
And
than
then
that.
for the rest of the night, like I almost tripped a couple times because I was like looking at the sky the whole time we were walking home, and I
Hoping
never
to see
saw
it
it
again.
again.
Wow.
And it was, and like he kept being like, you saw it, and I was like, yeah, I saw it. It was, and I feel like I was like, yeah, you were like, did you see that? But I think I was already kind of looking at the sky because there had been a drone like 20 minutes prior in a different area that we were walking in the neighborhood. And so I was like, fucking drones, like, because I had,
Right.
Yes.
And so I was like kind of like looking to see, and this was not even remotely
No.
like a drone. Like there's no way that thing was a
So
drone.
this is one of the things I look a lot of when I don't look a lot. How do you say? I look up a lot of things about aliens and these things, and one of the things that they say is like if it has lights, it's an airplane. If it moves the certain way, it's an airplane. It's an object that we know what they are.
Okay.
This has no lights, no sound,
I was just gonna ask. Yeah,
no sound.
And it didn't
Oh.
have anything. There was
Nothing
no blinking lights.
nothing, and like it literally was just like bye.
That's
Like
insane.
that's how long it was. Like
That's insane.
5 to 10 seconds
Oh my
maximum.
God.
That is so creepy.
And it was almost like a time warp. Like, you know, like in
Yes.
movies when it's like when something from another dimension like
Appears and
breaks through,
disappears.
and then that's kind of what it felt like, because it was like
Yes.
shimmering but not shimmering, and it was only a piece of it, but then it was not there. It was so
Yo.
weird.
Yes,
Wow.
it was super weird, and like I still trying to look up and see, you know, and I of course I went online and I was like, have anybody seen this type of things?
Right. Your area.
That is
everything.
known, you know,
Yeah.
like all of the things that people have seen is maybe an airplane or like a random, how do you say, you know, like these people who work at Area 51, you know, like
Right,
or whatever,
right.
you know, like these
Yeah.
airplane shapes that are different.
Yeah.
So people are like, I saw none. It's like, no, it's people doing drills and all this type of stuff.
Yeah.
But this one is like, we're in the middle of Oregon. Like,
Exactly.
there is no US base or something like, you know, that they're doing this type of experiments. At least not that we know. Maybe
That,
they
not
are.
that we know of. Right. Right.
But
That's
it was,
crazy.
That's insane, guys.
I mean, I still, every single night, sometimes when we go to bed or when we have to walk the dog for the last time, I'm like, am I going to be like taken? Like-
Abducted. Yeah, I mean,
thing.
the fact
Like-
that you guys are here to tell the story is impressive, my
Yeah.
friend. Like, I get goosebumps every time I hear this, because I literally believe you guys, because it's that insane. Like, it's out of
That's
this world.
crazy.
It's out of this
I
world.
thought he would be more excited, but I think like you seem more worried now.
I think it's not that I'm worried. I think
Like, were you thinking
it's real.
Right. Like, this is actually happening. Is that what you were thinking?
Yes,
Since
yes.
you've
I
been
think-
wanting to see one?
Yes, I've been wanting to see, but you know, like in my thoughts, my freaking thoughts, I was like, they're gonna come and they're gonna appear in front of us and they're gonna tell you,
And they're gonna like
Right.
snatch
like
us. or
either
something.
that, you know, like you're dead or something
Right.
weird. But I feel like it was literally like, I feel like they probably didn't even notice us, or like, I don't know.
I mean, I'm kind of the mind that like we're just not that exciting to them or something.
Yes, I think one of the articles that I was reading, I think that's kind of what it was saying, is like they are there, but they are either waiting for us to be developed more, to be a real civilization, because we are right now, this is so crazy. So there is a
Okay.
lot of conspiracy theories and things like that.
Of course.
So there is types of civilizations,
Okay.
right? So
Okay.
we are not even in type 1 civilization.
Okay. Interesting.
So we are
Wow.
below zero, you know, like we
Right.
are 0.5. We are between 0.5 and 0.9.
Go figure.
Wow.
Go figure.
Because, so like when the civilizations are more developed, their type 1 is like they can control the earth. Like they can control hurricanes, earthquakes, and things like that.
Okay.
Like civilization 2, I think, is when they can actually travel
Through galaxies.
Through galaxies.
Oh, wow.
And it's something else. Like this is all conspiracies.
Right,
that
right,
don't
right.
take me like I'm no, because I don't know. This is all what I hear.
Yeah, yeah,
Google, yeah.
Yes. But so where we are right now is fighting to be civilization type 1, where we're gonna be able to don't age, when we're gonna be able to don't like control the weather.
Yes.
But what happened in this moment is that this is the moment where the civilization gets so powerful. Sorry, the camera went off.
It's all good. We're on it with our cameras.
This is the moment where our technology is so advanced that people are gonna start fighting for power. What is happening right now in the world? We
Yes.
are fighting for power.
For power.
So what happened to
Right.
civilizations, other type of life, is in this moment they kill each other.
Oh.
So this is the moment where we either survive and
Right.
become that type 1 civilization,
Right.
or we kill each other, which is very likely.
It's
I
very
mean,
real.
Right.
I mean,
Exactly,
I like to
exactly.
think of I like to think that like they just either don't think we're that exciting, or maybe the way that
they're waiting for us to see.
They're waiting, or maybe they like the way that they live and breathe like couldn't actually sustain itself like on our planet, like, and just like we might not be able to on theirs. I don't know.
Right?
No, I think that if they are here, they have the power to already travel.
Yeah.
And if they can travel, they can stay here. I think what they're waiting is to see if we are capable to be that type of.
I mean, not to get like all spiritual or anything, but like it's interesting because you could look at like aliens as like some people could interpret that as like angels or something like supernatural.
Yeah.
And like actually there's like some really fascinating books if you're listening and you're really into this kind of thing. It's called Fingerprints of the Gods, and it's like all about ancient civilizations, like the Mayans and the Egyptians, and how like there's like actually a lot of archaeological evidence and just a lot of also conspiracy theories, but like some of it could actually potentially be true, where it's like maybe those civilizations were visited by aliens or angels. Like because like what you're talking about like traveling through time or having the ability to look young forever, or whatever. Like to some people you could interpret that as like
magic,
miracle, like or like having like the power of of God or something. You know, like it's just like everything is like subjective to like your own like.
Yes,
I don't know. It's interesting.
And that's where it comes from. Like how you call it depends on you. You know, you can call it God, you can call it magic, you can call it whatever you want to call it. It's
aliens, angels, like I don't know.
It's probably describing the same thing, but we are not there yet, so we don't know.
Don't have that capacity yet to see that. I mean, this sci-fi conversation is very intriguing. You can really dive into it. I mean, there's movies and there's shows about it. I mean, it's really intriguing, really, quite honestly. But I'm more of the person like I'd rather not know. I'm better not knowing because it's trippy. Like it is so insane to me. Like. It's crazy.
That's
really
why
crazy.
I like to think of them as angels, because then it like doesn't bother me as much. And I'm like, maybe they're just like beautiful and they're gonna come here and like heal us all or something. I don't know. I don't like the like big googly like or like those crazy creepy eyes.
Right.
I mean, I know I'm like glamorizing it. In my
we don't know
mind,
how they look like. They could look like us.
They could literally look like.
They could literally look like us. They could be just different. If they're in different environments, like another Earth, and if the other Earth has a gravity of let's say 12 or 5, they could be longer or they could be bigger. You know, it depends of their environments. That's how you shape. Because for example, there is a planet, I don't remember the name of the planet, where the plants are black.
That's creepy.
But it's not because the plants want to be black. It's because the environment. So why is it green here?
If I was
because of the
environment,
because of the sun, where it is, and like how it's located in the galaxy. It's so crazy. The colors and why. How does it work? You know, another crazy thing. You know, to fight and to be that type 1 civilization, one of the things that we need to get is money to be a one currency.
Okay. A
So
universal currency, like complete.
You know how we have the US dollar, we have the pound, we have the yen, we have all this bullshit. To be able to become a type 1 civilization, we need something like Bitcoin. To be the number, to be the...
Right. Wow. To be on the same page.
So like, you know, so that's why people say that right now we are fighting between, like, we are almost taking that step to be type 1.
Yeah.
We are in the stage where we can also just kill each other for power.
Right. Who will survive? Right. Whoa. We went deep in there, guys.
It is crazy, right?
Nuts.
I feel like when sometimes you connect some of the dots, you are like, am I crazy? Am I becoming a crazy guy?
Yeah.
Right. Or maybe no. Like this
finally
actually
adding up.
I mean, like when we went on vacation and we watched, we literally binge watched Ancient Aliens. On TV for how many hours?
For like 2 days.
2 days, several hours. Like by the end of it, we were like, maybe there's a lizard man out there, Sasquatch, or like aliens everywhere. Like we started like, I did feel a little bit crazy after a while. Yes. It was a very interesting show though. So
right.
It was fun.
I feel like it's kind of crazy because some of those episodes are very good, and some of them you can tell that it's totally bullshit.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like it's so hard to take it seriously, but at the same time, it's so interesting to know a little bit more than just what people tell you.
Right. Yes.
You know.
Right.
Yes.
And I think this is kind of like for everything, you should not only get my word, like you should also try to find 3 different sources.
Absolutely.
And then create your own opinion and see like,
Absolutely.
maybe you're right, maybe you're
Yeah.
not, maybe we're crazy.
Absolutely.
Right.
The best was when when a new episode started and they're like, and then a man was visited by a creepy like underground lizard man, and this sighting happened in XXX and XX, and it literally named our exact
Town.
city and town that we live in. And we tripped out. We're like, oh my God. And I was like, we're going to get abducted by the lizard man.
Oh my God.
But we're still here, you guys. We're still here. So.
Yes. The craziest thing about that one is that yes, so there is a couple. There is one episode where they talk about it, and they literally say the city, the town, everything, and it was around 1984, I think, 1984, 1990s when the guys saw it. Those guys disappear. Oh my God! So like the people who saw it or who believe they saw it, they are no longer. They're either taken,
Right.
or
it's a crock of shit.
or it's a crocodile. Yeah.
I mean, that particular episode did seem like a little less believable
But
than some of the other ones.
it is.
It was like in
but
the
you know what
middle.
is kind of funny? That in every type of I don't want to say like country or like civilization in the earth, there is a story similar to the lizard guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, are they actually real?
Right,
Because
right.
how is it? It's kind of like when you find dragons. Were they real? Were they not? But how is it possible that every single type of, like the Mayas and all this, I'm not saying
There's
they're,
stories and
Yeah.
there's
Right.
legends and there's
Yeah.
pictures.
Yeah.
Right.
how all of them are connected? Like how this
It is
person who
some-
was in Alaska and this person who was in
Yes.
China saw the same thing
With
Exactly.
thousands and thousands
Right.
of
when there
pages
was no
apart.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, there's
Exactly.
like ancient texts about this, like the same description for this man who could, I guess you could interpret him as some type of god or like God himself or something. And it's an ancient text, and his description is exactly the same, like for them, like I think it was the Mayan, and then from some other civilization that was like in Africa. And at that time in the world, there was literally no way for those people to come
communicate
over, to
even.
communicate at all.
Yeah.
Like there was not boats going there.
No translators.
Like
Right.
nothing. There's no effing way these people saw the same or like talked about it.
Right.
And so like they saw the same person because they described him to the T.
T.
Wow.
But like, how is it possible?
How is
Right.
it possible?
Like, where did the dude come from?
Exactly.
So yeah, I mean, it's so crazy when you start to think about it. Like, it makes you think of the bigger questions, and at the same time, if you think of the people right now, you are like, how far are we actually are? Because
Yes.
right now, a whole lot of our people are care more about what the Kardashian says.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
They-
Reality TV.
Right.
Including us, we've talked
Including
about
us.
it before.
Exactly.
Yeah, no. Yeah, including us, including like 95% of the
Right.
care more about
Our
something
Instagram
stupid.
captions.
Yeah.
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 Of like, are we really there? Like, who are we? How are we gonna be better as a humans? How can we?
Yeah. Yeah.
At the same time, sometimes it's hard to believe that there is things to be created.
Yes.
Right.
When you see your world, right now, when you can have literally everything in your Apple Watch.
Right. You don't have
Yeah.
to memorize anything.
Nothing.
You can
You know?
Google anything you
You
want.
can Google. Yep.
Right.
So like, it's hard to think that there is things to invent, but there is so many things that there could be invented.
Yeah. It makes you question. It makes you question, like you said, like how far behind we are. Like, are we really that behind? Are we puppets? Are we the ones like, are we the laughing stock? Are we so behind on things? Because it could be, there could be something bigger than what we know.
Oh,
Or
Right-
maybe
right in
it's
front of
just
our
that they
eyes.
feel like we don't want, like we're not interested. Not so much that like we can't figure it out, but like that we don't deserve
humans
to
are not
know
interested.
more.
Yeah, no,
like
that's what I'm saying.
until we like are like, yes, share your knowledge.
Enlightened.
Like,
Yeah.
why
Aligned.
would they? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
no,
don't
no.
know. It's
I mean,
interesting.
Yeah.
it's the own humans. I feel like our own right
Our
now,
own,
we don't care about like, like our goals are no discovering and things. Like
Right.
it's just the goals of a couple little group that
Yes.
maybe have enough money to make it happen.
Right.
Everybody else is just trying to survive.
Yeah.
And and it's hard not to blame them because we are trying to survive as well.
Exactly.
Right now, we cannot be like, oh, I'm going to discover the planet that is in 100 million light years.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, we don't have the resources. We don't have the money.
No.
So it's like...
Yeah.
So at the same time, I don't blame society for not being able to, because that's kind of what...
But we could at least talk about it more.
But that's the thing. I was just going to get into that. Society leaves a lot of things like they don't disclose a lot of these things either. They keep these from
disclose it. But I also feel like
public.
People don't have like that thirst, like the pursuit of knowledge. Like people used to go to the public forum, like in the square, and they would openly like discuss like their thoughts, and like it wasn't even to be like this is right and this is wrong. It was just like to have discussions, and I feel like we're living in a time where like that's not happening very often.
Right.
But maybe it could be like a way to do it is example things like this.
Like this.
No, this is like so fun talking about this kind
on
of
YouTube, on podcasts, and and bring all the people. Like that's kind of what we want. We want to bring up this
the curiosity of people. That's what it is.
I feel like this could be our square, or like and we can have even more people because we can connect millions just through a camera.
Exactly.
Guys, we're having a revelation right now as we speak. It's filming and it's on tape and everything. This is incredible.
Let us know if you like this type of episodes. We can do definitely more. So please comment
and comment below like any weird paranormal like experiences you've had, or maybe like you've had an angel like experience, or like
we'd love to hear your stories.
We'll do ghosts in another episode. We'll get there. We'll leave that one off the table for now. But so we're curious. Like anything happened to you guys? So let us know.
Let us know.
It is pretty interesting. I kind of love this type of stuff.
It's intriguing because you want to know more.
You do want to know more,
right?
Yeah.
You're like you want to find the answer. Like you want to get to you want to solve the problem, but how do you get there? Who do you ask? History. Who do you believe? Like through history. What is like? How much does history tell us?
It's kind of crazy, but history tells us everything that is going to happen. Everything. We are not good at looking at the past, because we've been taught the past is the past.
Right, history's history.
Leave it behind.
Leave it behind.
Well,
Don't look back.
No. But most of the time,
if you read the Bible, you don't feel that way.
True.
But
there's a lot of predictions and revelations that I don't even want to think about.
Right.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's in throughout history. Like, if you look at the past, you can actually know what's going to happen. I mean, just look 100 years from now. 100 years from now, they were also in a pandemic.
They were. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
Then something else happens with war. Then it's like
a pattern.
It's a pattern.
Yes.
Yeah, I was complaining to
pattern.
Gus, like I really wish that I was living in like the time of enlightenment, like or like like the golden age, like not. I don't want to be that. Like it feels right now, and I don't want to be like a sad cat or Debbie Downer, whatever the word is. But like it feels like we're living at the end of something instead of the beginning. But I shouldn't think that way.
Yeah, no, but I see what you mean. I see what you
like
mean.
I'm like the golden age. Like give me the new, like discovering a new kind of music, or like a style of dressing, or just like everybody's really excited to like discover something.
I feel like you miss. I feel like we all miss, not just you, but like the simpler times where we weren't worried so much. We weren't worried as much. We didn't feel like the end is near. Like we didn't nothing scared us. It feels like simpler times. I see what you mean. I see what you mean.
What has happened is since the internet came in, cycles have run way faster because we have so much knowledge at the tip of our fingers, that everything goes even faster than it was before. And when you say, for example, about the new music, a lot of new music has been created in the past 20 years.
Right.
New sounds, new things, like completely different. The thing is that there is so much happening that we are not even realizing how important those switches are.
Yeah, because it didn't feel like it was this dramatic, or it didn't like let us allow it to soak in or something.
Right, everything is going on so fast.
It's going on so fast. I mean, it's kind of like what we talk about last one of the past episodes. Like, like one song lasts 2 days.
2 days.
Yes, we were talking about quantity instead of quality.
And it's not because they don't want to produce one song that is amazing. The problem is the
we live in such a
it's such a fast-paced
Yeah.
environment that's kind of what is happening.
Right.
So if you actually look out through history from the 1995 to like 2010, there is a lot of crazy happenings in the music.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's
Of
insane
course,
when you
of
actually,
course.
you know, like, because there was electro music, auto tune, everything, you know,
Right.
so all these things that actually combine all these sounds that make it wow.
But it's still a
Exactly.
combination of all the past decades where I feel like there were some decades where the sound was
No,
so
it was created.
completely
There is new sounds being
itself.
created.
Right.
But I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, trap music,
Exactly.
Yeah.
electronic
Okay.
music.
True.
Techno.
True. Yeah.
Right.
Those are new.
House music.
House
Okay.
music. I was gonna
Exactly.
say, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's,
you're right.
it's funny how you mentioned that because it literally went from a record player to a tape player to a CD to a digital file. I mean, in the span of this,
It's-
because
yes.
that's how fast things go.
Are
I
going,
mean,
yeah.
it's incredible. It's incredible how just
But we were on cassette tapes for a while.
we were right.
I was.
Right.
I remember that's like what you gave your crush at school was you made them a mixed cassette tape and you
Cassette
had
tape.
to
Cassette?
listen to the radio,
Yes.
right? So like say I have a crush on you.
Emilia
I'm
is like
like,
cassette.
okay,
Yeah,
I
and
want to
this is
give
right now.
First time I'm hearing
yeah,
this.
like
It's
I
a
want to
loss right now. What is
give
it
okay,
then?
like I'm like okay, the hit song on the radio right now is like No Doubt Spider Webs, for
Okay.
example. I have to sit by the radio,
Wait.
sitting, waiting for the song to come on, record it on my little cassette, and like you know you
So you
want to
would
put
put it
like,
in, and
Yes.
it would record by itself.
yeah, but
have
you
to
had to
press
have
You have to press it.
you had to have a
press
thing
record.
that like
Wow.
recorded.
Yeah.
And you have to put it in the right tape because if not,
Yeah.
you wouldn't record it either.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
And then you would like put it in a little cassette holder and you'd handwrite all the songs that were on it.
I mean,
So that's wholesome.
Yeah.
No,
that was
it's
cute.
no the
It
effort
was
that you
cute.
have to
The effort,
that you have to do
right.
this. No, like I remember, like I would even not me, but I knew people that would like request a song on the radio, right? And they would actually put it on, right? And they would wait till the host was done speaking, and then they would start playing, start recording, and then and end right before the host would start starting to speak because they didn't want the host's voice in the recording. So like it was a lot. It was a lot to go into that for
Yeah.
a song.
So
Yeah.
much work.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
So
And I think that's one of why sometimes people like that sound, that old sound. And it's not because they like the old sound, it's because it has certain style because of the way that it was produced. So
Yes.
it always have a always.
like that little
But not,
tapey sound.
but not because of it was because that's how it was
That's
recorded and
right.
everything,
Was,
and
right.
the
Yeah.
environment and the technology.
Yes.
Like,
Right,
Yes.
right.
but us, we will never hear that sound again
No,
Yeah.
of
because
course
Yeah.
not.
everything is so perfectly done these days that
Yeah.
the
Right.
silence is unless there's very bad record, which
Yeah, right.
which is very hard to do these days because even an iPhone record is amazing.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Or like something, a memory I completely forgot. Remember, I don't know if all of you guys would remember this, but like when you would get one of those disposable cameras or any camera and you had to take the film into like Walgreens or Rite
Oh,
Aid
yeah.
and like develop it.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
I
Yes.
kind of forgot about that because now it's just like you have your pictures
You can
on
have
your phone.
you only have like 12 pictures, some
Yeah.
34. I think it was something around like there.
Well, and I remember, like, you know, like you always had to be worried, like, oh, did I take a picture of my friend, like, in her bra? And, like, the guy developing it's going to see. Like, you know, you had to, like, think
so
about that kind of
funny.
thing.
I remember, and I would
Like-
get so excited to get to pick up my
Yeah.
pictures. Oh, they're ready at the pharmacy. Go
yeah,
ahead.
and you
I
would, like, get
remember.
doubles so
Yeah.
you could give them to your
Yes,
friends. Like,
yes.
so crazy. Or I also remember running with a Discman, but, like, it would skip, like, every couple
second,
because
yeah.
like you're trying to run with it like holding it in
I
your
never
hand.
had a Discman.
I had to like borrow it
Yeah.
from my cousin or something. Like I didn't have it on a regular basis, but I would try to run with it, which was stupid. I think I just wanted the world to see that I had like a Discman in that
Discman.
moment because like you were like the cool kid
No.
or
What
the
is
rich
that?
kid if you had it.
like a
A CD player,
player.
but
It's like
remotely.
this big,
Okay.
and it opens, and you
Got it.
and
Okay.
it's like a Walkman, but for a CD.
CD.
Okay.
yeah.
But like you, like it would skip a lot. Like if you were like bouncing around or something. But like you'd always see people trying to work out, like holding this, like literally like holding something
was
like
like
this,
this size, yeah,
and you'd be
yeah.
like working out, holding
Yeah.
it.
Like you couldn't put it in your pocket like an iPod. You know what I
Interesting.
mean?
I'm
No,
done.
yeah, you
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I mean, when the iPad came in, it was insane.
Literally
So it's
changed
just like-
the game. It changed the game.
So we see so much change in technology in the past 20 years. It's
Of
like
course.
insane, and it jump
So
Yeah.
out of a blink of a second. I
And
mean,
then-
again, in the next 5 years, we're gonna be like, we were using computers. Like what?
What?
Right, right.
Right.
Yeah.
No, and then the iPhone came out, and then that's when you can just have everything on just one device, you know? Camera, music, and a cellular device in one.
Yeah.
So it's just like it just changed.
Yeah, I
Completely
mean,
changed the
that's
game.
also a good thing to know which companies are gonna die and which companies are not.
Right. Who
Because-
can keep up?
Because, for example, Kodak, that was the one who was revealing all the pictures.
Yeah.
That was the biggest company for all of that. The second things became more digital, they didn't innovate. Who's
Yeah.
Kodak? I don't think people know what Kodak is.
Right.
They,
Right.
they just probably see the filters,
The filter.
but
Yeah.
Yeah.
nothing
Yeah.
else. The same thing with the iPhone. Who was the one who dominated the market at the time? BlackBerry.
Blackberry, yeah.
I mean, BlackBerry was cool.
Yeah, no,
It was.
BlackBerry.
It was.
I
Awesome.
like
And
BlackBerry.
people
Awesome.
thought like,
It
no,
was.
you will never change your full
Your thumb.
Your full
Keyboard.
keyboard,
your full
yeah.
keyboard for just a
Right.
screen.
A touch
A
screen.
touch screen, yeah.
Touch screen. Right.
What happened in the next 2 years? Who knows BlackBerry exists?
Right. You
A few
were
people.
shit if you had a BlackBerry.
Oh,
you were like a
yeah.
little business person.
Oh yeah,
You
my
you
good
meant
friend had one of
business.
those. I was so jealous.
Oh.
But I remember I had like a little silver Samsung flip phone, and I had like a little Playboy bunny case on it, and it was my first cell phone ever. It was, I know, it was. I was a senior in high school.
Iconic.
I know, but like my grandma was like, "Why do you have a play?" She was upset with me that I had a Playboy bunny phone case. Which now looking back on it, I'm like, okay, yeah, that was scandalous of me.
No, that's so iconic.
Live my life.
And then I remember when everyone got the pink razor.
I wanted one so bad. I was like 7 and I wanted one.
The pink
So
You were
razor was
7
live.
because you were 7.
The pink razor was
The
live.
razors.
Yeah.
I had a phone and it was popping back in the day. You guys remember the sidekick where it would flip and it had
yeah.
the keyboard?
Uh-huh.
That was it.
And
that
you
was
felt
it.
so like
And I
badass because you're like,
felt
and you're
I
just
felt
like
the
flipping, and you're
baddest
like, bam.
girl, man. I was the cool kid on the block with my little sidekick. It was
Yeah.
everything. It was everything.
I will say that, like, yes, the iPhone is the best. But like, there's something about the action of like opening a razor,
Yeah,
opening
or,
a
like,
BlackBerry, opening the sidekick.
Closing
You
it.
don't get that.
Closing
Like,
it.
you can't just like.
After a phone call. Like that.
But
You felt so like sexy business. You're like, bam, bitch. Like,
It just doesn't hit
but
the
not really
same.
because they try to bring it back and
no. It's just a feeling. It's not like I actually want it, but it's
in
just
the
like,
moment. It's in the moment.
I just wanna,
it's the
like,
nostalgia of that feeling
it
in the
open.
moment.
yeah.
You know?
That's funny.
I mean, yeah.
Well, it's just like how do you explain it when with the black card? Everyone wants it because it hits so hard when you throw it on
Not
the
necess-
tray.
I-
No, they do.
Yes,
Trust
but
They like how heavy it is, and so they can throw it on the table and be like,
yes,
Yeah.
but at the same time, you can get the platinum. That is the same thing. You can get the gold card. That is the same thing. You can get the
yeah,
Apple
but
card.
the black card is what started it, and then it made everyone want it because they wanted that heavy thing that indicated that they were rich because their card was heavy.
The-
Yeah.
yeah, I mean
Yeah.
the black card. If you have a black card,
You
that
are
means you're rich.
Yeah, period.
That's it.
Yeah,
Point blank.
You have to spend at least, I think, it's around $250,000 a year
Yeah,
on the car, at least
minimum.
minimum.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
to be invited, and not necessarily if you spend that much money means that you're gonna be invited.
Right.
It's insane, like the full system of that.
Yeah.
And I think
Be
the
qualified
how does it called? The annual fee is like 10K.
easily.
It's insane.
Oh,
No,
wow.
of course. It's
Yeah.
elite. It's elite.
Yeah.
shit.
it was elite.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you have a black card, you're rich or super famous. Like,
Period.
Yeah.
Period.
Anyways.
Anyways.
But it's all about flexing. You know, it's the same thing with the phone. What would
flexing,
people
yeah.
get a phone, an iPhone?
Yeah.
Because it's like flexing, like I have an iPhone.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
But now everyone has it, so is it really that exciting?
it's still
No.
very exciting compared to the war. If you see the war, if the United States is the only country that actually the iPhone is the majority.
I mean, like I've seen homeless people with iPhones.
Yes.
Go figure.
United States.
Yeah.
Right.
Everywhere else, no.
Yeah, like I
Right.
remember, like I was really shocked when you went home to Colombia to visit, and you were saying like, oh, like not everyone here has an iPhone.
No. And if they have an iPhone, it's the iPhone 6.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
unless
yeah.
unless the rich people that of course have
Okay.
iPhones.
Mm-hmm.
But most of the people know they
It's just
have
not the common folk.
Huawei,
Crazy.
some other companies.
Yes. Yeah.
Because you
Yeah.
know it's just a flex. The thing is that when you are in countries like this, that flex becomes something else.
It's just
Then it's your
normality.
car.
Yeah.
Then it's your
Mhm.
something
Right.
else.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
Crazy. It's just,
Right?
I love this episode. We went
I love
from aliens
we went
to
everywhere.
money.
I love it.
Some money.
Yeah.
We started with love of money. We went to aliens. And we're...
We ended with the black card.
Yes. And then with the
Black card, call us.
Yes.
There is no, don't call that, because there is actually a black card that is for people to pretend they have a black card, but it's actually the card to help you rebuild your
Credit?
your credit score.
Oh,
Okay, so Amex black card, call us.
specific.
It actually doesn't matter. We'll rep any of your credit card.
Very true. Very true.
If you want us to, let us know.
Hey, the inbox is open. It's open. The DMs are open. So
All right.
All right, I think that's a rapidy wrap, you
a
guys.
successful couch time with nobody you know.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like this one. I feel like it's one of my favorites.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of
Super
course.
good.
This is good.
Let us
It's
know
juicy.
if you feel the same way.
Yeah.
Yes, don't
Comment.
forget to comment, like,
Yeah.
subscribe, check the website, check everywhere. No, thank you so much. Thank you very much for listening, watching, wherever you are, and see you in the next time.
Yeah.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Bye.
Thanks for listening, guys and gals. This was Nobody You Know. Literally. Remember to hit like and subscribe and leave us a comment. Have a question for the guys or a topic you'd love them to discuss? Get in touch. You can find us on all socials at @NobodyYouKnow_podcast. See you next time.